ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Namaste, my dear friends. I am going to give a very important video on a very famous holy book known as Atma Vidya Vilasam by a great sage Swami Sadasiva Brahmendra. He was an Advaita. He has written the gist of Advaita Vedanta in his 43 stanzas. It is the whole theory of Advaita Vedanta is explained in nutshell very briefly, but the whole gist of Advaita Vedanta is explained through these very small bunch of stanzas. Atma Vidya Vilasam is a brief composition of 43 slokas by Sri Sadasiva Brahmendra. Sri Sadasiva Brahmendra is a Brahmagyani who was walking on the fields and towns without any dress. He was a Digambara. This book of 43 slokas is about the state of a self-realized person. He has also written another composition with the same title, Atma Vidya Vilasam. This book is about the 43 verse composition. Introduction. Atma is the subtlest thing in the universe for the seekers during their seeking stage. The Vedas describe that like this. The cow has a tail with tuft of hair on it. Pluck one hair from the tuft, make 100 parts of it. Take that 100th part of the hair and make 1000 parts. Take 1000th part of it and make again 1000 parts. That one ultimate part is the Atma. This imagery is to derive home the subtlety of Atma. During stage of meditation, looking for a form for Atma. Atma is all pervading, pure consciousness and infinite bliss. It is cognized only through techniques of negation as not this, not this. Atma is Ananda Savrupa. So we start the translation from verse number 1. I salute Sri Dakshinamurti who sits under a banyan tree and with a chin mudra sign denoting the union of Jiva and Brahma, and teaches the Brahmajnana through infinite silence. He dispels the ignorance of the seekers and reveals Brahma in his own form. Verse number 2. I meditate in my mind Sadguru Sivendra, who annihilates the illusion brought about by the Buddhistic cults by his Advaita Tejas light. He is the boat to cross the ocean of samsara, worldly life with all its miseries. Verse number 3. I salute Sivendra Guru, who possesses the same name of Sadasiva. It is through his tremendous power and message flowing from his lips I understood my identity with the all pervading Brahma. With that Brahma within me, I am having infinite peace which has not been brought by reading various scriptures. Verse 4. The Brahma is the causeless cause for the purpose of creation. The Maya, which is the indivisible part of Brahma, breathed, and then came the five elements of space, air, water, fire, and earth, like a potter brings about pots through his wheel. Verse number 4. The Atma, whichever effulgent with no one excepting himself, has no form. He is without sound and voice. He is untouched, aspera, as Gaudapada said. He is without tendencies, vasanas. He is ancient but ever young, and he is immortal. He cannot be visualized through your eyes, for he is experiential. He has no movement. He is neither provable or disprovable. He is the present, the past, and the future. For the seekers to cognize, he is said to be within one's heart cave. For the advanced souls, he is in the space. He is also said to be in all the worlds of the universe. Verse number 5. Atma is encompassed by the illusion, Maya, even though he is unrelated to anything. He is bound by ignorance, even though he is all knowledge. Only through his mercy and grace one can perceive him. Brahma lies like a dagger in the sheath. Unless you investigate this sheath, that is Maya and ignorance, you can never measure with him. People calling him with various names have not understood him. He is like a seed underneath the earth. Earth has no knowledge of it unless you water the earth. That is, with your humble investigation, the seed does not sprout. Verse number 6. The Jiva is masked by illusion, that is Maya. Bound by Maya's spell, he is waking, dreaming, sleeping, suffers from poverty, amasses wealth, and suffers the horrors of wealth. he takes rebirth and once again suffers. All false perceptions appear when he recognizes that this bondage is of his own making. The awakening does not come about by reading scriptures, but only by initiation given to the disciple by the learned and realized Guru. Verse number 7. The Jiva, by virtue of great benevolence bestowed on him by his Guru, the perceptor, and by his singular attention, achieves intellectual excellence and become great. With that excellence, he shades his illusion, that is, body consciousness. By practice, he distinguishes his real identity and its relationship with his body. He becomes the Satchit Ananda. He is free from sorrows and momentary happiness. His mind is ever balanced, tranquil, and Shuddha, pure. He becomes ever cheerful. He becomes the peace. Verse number 8. When the grace of Guru descends on the disciple, that jiva ever emerges in the ocean of bliss. When his mind has annihilated, the universe also is annihilated for him, having got rid of the blindness of illusion. He is able to see and he becomes the seer. Such a awakened person becomes a Brahmajnani. Verse number 9. Due to the intensity of the perceptor's benevolence and in his flow of grace, one will get tranquility and perfect peace and enjoys immense bliss. All the troubles have vanished in this world for him. Atma means Hirdayam, Hirdav plus Ayam. So Atma resides in his heart, whether he is in waking, dreaming, or sleeping state. Verse number 10. The great among the ascetics, with his Guru's grace, like the cosmic sun, looks at the entire universe, so vivisected, vivisected as the very image of Brahma, and conducts his usual worldly duties engrossed in Samadhi. Verse 11. All the five elements are said to have originated one from another, but one is not above the other in their cause. Only the power of Brahma has created all these. They are also not different from Brahma, because Brahma and his power are one and the same. Contemplating at all times in his way, the yogi enjoys incessant nirvikalpa samadhi. It is from the desire of Brahma that all these creations have originated. But again, his desires are not different from him. Verse number 12. The whole universe appears like a dream. Whatever be its composition, nothing stands in the realization of the self. He, the Jnani, moves about freely in all his acts with this understanding undeterred. He has no fixed dislikes and likes, and he harbors no ambitions. He never considers any other jiva as his enemy. He is above pride and pleasure and he never enjoys any fleeting joys. He is unconcerned amidst wealth and comforts. He lives as renouncer amidst all material enjoyments and acquisitions. He develops no feelings amidst all difficulties and adversities. He is ever peaceful in the midst of foes. Even in insults, he is unaffected and he has only forgiveness even for those who have insulted him. Verse number 13. This illusion, followed by the consequences of grief or pleasure, has nothing to do with the Jnani and they are totally absent in him. After realization, the Jnani is internally happy and enjoys the bliss both within and outside. He, con- he conceives no unhappy state and he exerts no revengeful action on anyone. Verse number 14. The sage behaves like an innocent child, unaffected by egoism and the belief of individual self. Whether honored or insulted, rebuked, angered, he sees no distinction. Having emerged in the divine nectar of Nirati Syananda, he is totally unconcerned about any matter. Due to vasanas, the actions may come about for a while, but he transcends them. Verse 15. The sage abandons all duties, even begging alms in the midst of people he averts. He moves about in deserted places, taking only food that is made available to him. All thoughts have disappeared since he has annihilated the mind. If anyone disturbs him, he leaves that place. Even the whole earth looks like an open yard of his own house, and the ocean looks like a rivulet. Verse number 16. Having tasted the eternal bliss, he will not move from his place for anything else. Without mind, thought, intellect, and ego, he becomes an introvert and prefers to be silent always. Verse number 16. You are asking how to cross the ocean of samsara. What is there to do? Accepting, decontaminating the self from the body, senses, breath, and mind, totally negating mundane objects and pleasures. He may even abandon his daily duties. He remains a witness or spectator or saksi for happenings around him. The Brahma Vetta is one who is totally renounced but performs minimum daily duties. The Brahma Vidvara deserts even these duties as per scripture. The Brahma Vidvaryas is totally unaware of his surroundings. The Brahma Vidvavarishta is always in the bliss, but only attending to his food and thirst when called upon to do so. Verse 18. Since the entire universe is an illusion for him, the Jivan Mukta keeps his cool and will not be wondered even if the sun becomes cool. The moon becomes hot and the water emits fire, like a sperm and an ovum before organogenesis. He has no worry and anxiety, ever free from fear and sorrow. Verse 19. The Jivan Mukta is ever without ego, but even Devas, The celestial beings will worship, for his power will shake the entire universe. In that blissful state, all the periods of past, present, and future merge in him. Verse number 20. Enjoying at all times absolute peace, he is Sayajnana Ananda Rupa. He will not take any pride in his actions, even if the insentient objects like ornaments and the lamps take pride in their actions. Verse number 21. Further, the Jnani in his Brahmic state engrosses in self bliss and stays indefinitely in one place in meditation, freely enjoys at sometimes singing and dancing amusingly. Verse number 22. The Brahmajnani who has acquired the Brahma in a thoughtless state continues to remain without thoughts. He is liberated with Brahmajnana, and this jnana is described as different from dhyana and vijnana, since he has annihilated the mind. He stands only as a spectator, a witness, a sakshi for all things happening around him. Verse number 23. Some great people, even from the very beginning of their practice, try to tame the mind. They make a lot of introspection. The mind is like a restless deer, wandering here and there in the jungle. He makes every effort to tame that mind with his mind, but only who has tamed the mind with the mind can become a Brahmajnani. Verse number 23. The self does not rise like the sun, nor does it set. It does not decrease, nor decrease, nor decay. It is the ever present witness which can be experienced if you remove the superimposition. Verse number 24. The mind has to be controlled, and it is like a wild tiger which has to be killed only by the arrow of knowledge. When one purifies the mind with his sinless actions and penance, and by eliminating the self aggrandizement and egoism through self knowledge, he merges with Atma. The mind can be annihilated only by pure self knowledge to merge in the self. He must be devoid of fear, since abhyasa or fearlessness is only Brahma. He will move anywhere in the universe without any variation and differentiation, without fear, in a thoughtless state. Verse number 25. The Jnani, by spreading his rays of wisdom and by his intellect, catches the imagination of the righteous people and awakens them. He is a blooming without impurities, without the consciousness of day and light. His every presence and his movements among the pious is bringing enlightenment to those people who come and see him from far and near. Verse number 26. Advaita Siddhi means living in natural state, Sahaja Samadhi, and achieving liberation from that moment of naturalness. He performs all actions in the state of Kaivalya without differing from that exalted state, staying in everlasting bliss. He dispels the ignorance like the rising full moon, and he is worshipping even by angels of the heaven. Verse number 27. By his presence and touch, he will spread his influence and grants benevolence to the people. He by self-bliss makes them feel inner harmony and removes all their ills, since he is a Brahmajnani. Verse number 28. When mind is engrossed in any particular issue, the mind gets immense pleasure or pain. Even in pleasures from articles there is ananda, bliss, but it is short-lived. But a jnani's presence is like a sorbha, celestial fragrance, and spreads that fragrance in all his surroundings. He is moving in the celestial garden of Atmanand, hence he is ever fragrant. Verse number 29. Fear alone generates in one when he feels that there is someone other than himself. But self-knowledge is a real Vijnana state where there is no one other than himself. Hence, self-knowledge is like a majestic garden in which all the peacock stroll without fear. The Jnani is thus fearless, and in his presence no one else can also have fear. He is like a blue-throated Shiva, in whose presence the blue peacocks stroll. Verse number 30. The Jnani, deserting the mistaken water in a mirage in the sunny sands, enjoys no delusion. That Jnani drinks the real water of divine nectar, which is bliss of Brahma. Verse 31. The Jnani in the beautiful garden of Advaita sings to his heart content. Very pleasantly, he is like a cuckoo enjoying the tender leaves of Vedanta. Verse number 32. The Jnani has nothing to do with the sins and righteous acts. He is like a lion with knowledge, and the ignorant elephants have been driven away to the wide forest by his mere presence. He is alone in the forest of Brahmananda, enjoying the everlasting bliss. Verse number 32. Let Maya, which is like a cloud, shower rains called the world. What is the profit for me? What is the loss for me? I am ever happy in the self-effulgent Svarupa, the Brahma. Verse number 33. When a gold is absent, there are no gold ornaments. When the earth is absent, there are no pots and jars. When there is no ocean, there are no waves and foams. So also in Brahma Jnani, there are not expressive objects outside. The Jnani is like a fattened elephant deserted by all the other animals in the jungle, and moves about freely and climbs the mountains at his will. Verse number 34. In yoga, one is asked to concentrate on the tips of one's nose to arrest thoughts. They are asked to show mudras, hand postures to the divine will. They are further asked to perform namaskaras, prostrations to show reverence to gods. The Jnani, with his silence as yoga, mudra, and namaskaras, stay at the river Band, emerging in meditation, and enjoys samadhi. Verse number 35. The attachment to the worldly objects is called raga. Non-attachment is viraga. In a jnani, his renunciation is raga and abandonment is viraga. He has no body consciousness, not clad at all or clad in minimal clothes, will not speak to anyone anything, fully devoid of thoughts and feelings, will not do any duties excepting the minimal duties. He takes any food that is available to him, moves about freely, and sleeps under a tree. Verse number 36. Keeping the mind internally absorbed in Brahma, he remains in peace of jnana. He has got unbiased feeling towards friends and foes, and there is no harm to him, even if he lives in deserted houses or wanders on the river banks, abating long stretches of sand dunes or jungles. Verse number 37. The Jnani enjoys lying on the soft bed of soil and enjoying the cool breeze as if found ever in a peaceful state, radiating like a full blue moon. He is Shiva, the Purusha and Siddha. Verse number 38. The person who has realized the truth always enjoys Satchitananda. The Jnani who has realized that only truthful thought is Brahma can go to any world lokas as he pleases. He is the king of the sand, even though he sleeps on rocky structure and gets sound sleep. He is ever surrounded by cool breeze and river water. Verse number 39. The Jnani transcends five seas as the gross is removed from the earth to show the inner plate. He ever stays in Brahma even while food falls on his hand unasked. He wanders in the streets of the town as a dead log. Verse number 40. The Jnani looks at this entire universe as a mistaken snake for a rope and immerses himself with the rest as Brahma, ever without doubt or fear. He is ever in the oneness of the Almighty and will not stretch his hands for begging food and eats what comes to him unmind, unmindful of when and how and from whom it comes. Verse number 41. The Jnani is always in the Turiya state and is an Yoga Rudha, one who excels in yoga. Brahma Jnani ever lives in the state of Brahma, and so he does not have to remember Brahma every time. Verse number 42. The Jnani completely deserts all scriptural injunctions like one would desert a boat after crossing the river. He has to desert all Shastras, rules of conduct, because nothing is required after Brahmajnana. He is like a lamp steadily burning in a breezeless atmosphere. Verse number 43. The Jnani who has achieved the Siddhi, the state, gets the aproksha jnana, direct knowledge of Brahma within. He will rest in Brahma Pada, bereft of birth and death, and looks at the universe as a terrifying one. He behaves like a lunatic smearing mud on his body and roams about in the forest all alone. He is said to be in Unmani state, the state in which he has found the ruby in his heart, wherefrom nectar is flowing. He always lives in that state, even if he moves about with people of the world. Verse number 44. The self-realized Jnani is a Yoga Siddha, that is, he will not perceive anything with his eyes or ears and speaks hardly any word, and he is ever in Brahma and there are no rituals for him. He stands unaffected like a rock in a storm. Verse number 45. The Jnani is devoid of any caste or clan and has no possessions, distinction or difference. He is a Brahmaveda. Okay. He is from the unknown source to which he has returned. He is devoid of time and space. He is a Kalatita, one who has transcended the three times past, present, and future, and the space. Verse number 46. The Jnani wears Akasa, the space, as his clothes. He spreads the earth as his bed, keeps his hands as pillows, embraces the damsel of saintlyhood, and enjoys the divine sleep of his bliss happily with complete ecstasy. Verse number 47. Vasanas or latent tendencies of the previous birth will haunt a normal person in the current birth. The Jnani has no such sanskaras, must happenings in the present birth. He enjoys with his pure intellect as a damsel in the palatial mansion of divine bliss. He is in Brahma like the ghee in the butter, all pervading but without known by others. Verse number 48. The Jnani cherishes with broad way of the renunciation by lighting thousand lamps with his self-effulgence, climbs the upstairs called the reality and enjoys the ecstasy of liberation, the damsel in Brahmic state. Verse number 49. The Jnani, devoid of pleasures, appetite, concern for his body, remains completely satisfied with illumination. He is Sahaja Sthiti, immense Ananda, the bliss without any bondage. He is Brahm Ananda at all times. Verse number 50. The Brahmajnani with his discretion either rejects or receives anything without intention, as in as in unaffected by good or bad that comes in its way. He never hates them. Whatever that has not come to him, he has no regret either. Verse 51. The Jnani in all matters behaves with balance. He will not think of the past, or will he think of the forthcoming in future. Even the present objects he will not see with any special intention. He is unconcerned with past, present, and future. Come what may, he looks at it without equanimity. Verse number 52. The Jnani controlling all his senses and completely giving up all material wants and realizing that the all-pervading Brahma is himself, lives in perfect satisfaction and moves about in this world. He enjoys Bhu, Bhumananda, that is all pervasiveness of Brahma, and enjoys eternal bliss. Verse number 53. The Jnani will not give up what has been obtained him, either good or bad. He has no hatred and endearment. He is the witness in spite of his body, touching, smelling, tasting, eating, hearing, walking, sleeping, dreaming, respiring, talking, excreting, handling, eyelids batting and closing, and all acts done by the organs. He is totally unconcerned and just enjoys actions as a non-entity. Verse number 54. That which cannot be seen or described in words, that supreme state and bliss and most effulgent on that ancient that Brahma is endeared to a Jnani. All the time having got rid of the bondage, he wanders happily and freely. Verse number 55. The realized Jnani becomes a torch bearer to the society. He engrosses in Brahma and his mind will become one with Atma and enjoys the universe without desires, ambitions, and without work. He radiates brilliantly all the time. Verse number 56. The Jnani, by virtue of the excellent benevolence of his own perceptor, possessing firm knowledge of oneness, totally annihilates all duality. He deserts the body all the time and rules the earth with his radiance. He is in the form of Brahma, the Brahma Svarupa. Verse number 57. The person who knows Brahma becomes Brahma, the only real, and all the world is unreal. The Jiva is also Brahma and is non-dual. Verse number 58. As long as the Jnani possesses his body, he lives to experience of past vasanas, and when they are experienced and annihilated, he will be detached from the bondage of mortal body and becomes the immortal bliss, Brahma, without Sadescha and Videcha, that is good and bad vasanas. Verse number 59. There is no other object other than Brahma. He is supreme bliss. He is incomparable, imperishable, second to none. Ananda. Thus, truth is knowledge, bliss, and existence. The pot is occupied by space, and space is occupied in the pot. And when the pot is broken, the space inside the pot and outside the pot becomes one. Thus, the whole universe, regardless of objects, is pervaded with consciousness. Verse number 60. Brahma is most subtle. The I is nothing but the perceiver. Brahma. He pervades in all objects, including trees, all experiences, shapes or colors, ignorance or knowledge, desire or hatred, anger or pleasure, all is Brahma. He is the same in creation, sustenance, or dissolution. Verse number 61. The everlasting bliss which has no birth, death, near and far, pervading all places, most fertile, the means to cross the ocean of life is oneness, the supreme, fearless, and devoid of all gunas. This is the truth, reality, and Brahma, the one without a second. Verse number 62. Here Sadasiva Brahmendra has stated in 62 slokas by the grace of his Guru the essence of Vedanta. Verse number 63. Whoever recites this Atma Vidya Vilasam and contemplates the purport will merge with Brahmendra. He will attain and become perfection and liberation. Verse number 64. This book of Atma Vidya Vilasam is written by Sri Sadasiva Brahmendra addressing Brahma, who is none else his Guru from Shivendra Shiva. So I conclude this video. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, comment and share the video. Subscribe the channel. Namaskar my dear friend. Thank you.